Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayam mudirayet Nashta prayesha badresu Ityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavad-Gita Bhakti bhavati nashtiki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om jnanatimirandasya jnanandjana shalakaya chakshulumritam jena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhan Vitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisavana Shuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Panchakalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sandhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gyantere Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1. The Advent of Lord Krishna takes 60 to 63. One of the bodies 60. Sarve vai devata praya Obayorapi bharata Gyatayo bandhu sutrido Yecha kamsam anubrataha Nanda Adya, beginning from Nanda Maharaj, ye all of which persons Vraje in Vrindavan, Gopaha, the cowhead men, Yaha, which, Cha, and Amisham of all those inhabitants of Vrindavan, Cha, as well as Yosita, the women, Vrishnaya, members of the Vrishni family, Vasudeva Adya, headed by Vasudeva, Devaki Adya, headed by Devaki, Yadu Striya, all the women of the Jadu dynasty, Sarave, all of them. Why, indeed, Devata Praya, we are inhabitants of heaven. Ubayo, of both Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. Api, indeed, Bharata, O Maharaj Parikshit. Gyataya, the relatives, Bandhu, friends, Suhrida, well-wishers, yea, all of whom, Cha and Kamsam, Anubrataha, even though apparently followers of Kamsa. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj and including his associates, cowherd men and their wives, were none but denizens of the heavenly planets. O Maharaj Parikshit, base of the descendants of Bharata. And so too, we are the descendant of the Vrishni dynasty, headed by Vasudeva and Devaki, and the other women of the dynasty of Yadu. The friends, relatives, and well-wishers of both Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva, and even those who externally appear to be followers of Kamsa, were all demigods. Please repeat. The inhabitant of Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj, and including his associate cowherd men, and their wives, were none but denizens of the heavenly planets. O Maharaj Parikshit, base of the descendant of Bharat. And so too we are the descendants of the Vrishni dynasty, headed by Vasudeva and Devaki, and the other women of the dynasty of Yadu. The friends, relatives, and well-wishers of both Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva, and even those externally appeared to be followers of Kamsa, were all demigods. Purport. As previously discussed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, informed Lord Brahma that Lord Krishna will personally descend to mitigate the suffering of the earth. The Lord ordered all the denizens of the heavenly planet to take birth in different families of the Jadu and Vrishni dynasties, and in Vrindavan. Now this verse informs us that all the family and friends of the Jadu dynasty, the Vrishni dynasty, Nanda Maharaj, and the Gopas descended from the heavenly planet to see the pastimes of the Lord. As confirmed in Bhagavad-Gita 4:8, the Lord's pastimes consist of paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya chaduskritam, serving the devotees and killing the demons. To demonstrate these activities, the Lord called for devotees from different parts of the universe. There are many devotees who are elevated to the higher planetary systems. Prapya Podya Kritam Lokan Usitwa Saswati Samaha Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brastu Vijayate. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planet with the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Bhagavad-Gita 6:41. Some devotees, having failed to complete the process of devotional service, are promoted to the heavenly planet, to which the pious are elevated. And after enjoying they may be directly promoted to the place where the Lord's pastimes are going on. When Lord Krishna was to appear, the denizens of the heavenly planet were invited to see the pastimes of the Lord. And thus, it is stated here that the members of the Jadu and Vrishna dynasties and the inhabitants of Vrindavan were demigods, or almost as good as demigods. Even those who externally helped the activities of Kamsa belonged to the higher planetary systems. The imprisonment and release of Vasudeva and the killing of various demons were all manifestations of the pastimes of the Lord. And because the devotees would be pleased to see these activities personally, they were all invited to take birth as friends and relatives of these families, as confirmed in the prayers of Kunti. The Lord was to play the part of a demon killer and a friend, son, and brother to his devotees. And these devotees were all summoned. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 62 and 63 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, entitled The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Text 60 and 61. Pratiyatu kumaroyam nahi kasmad asime bhayam astamad yuva yogaraban mrityur me vihita kila. Translation. O Vasudeva, you may take back your child and go home. I have no fear of your first child. It is the eighth child of you and Devaki I am concerned with, because that is a child by whom I am destined to be killed. 61. Tate ti sutam adaya ya yodhana kadun dubi abhyanandata tat vyakyam asato vijitad manaha. Vasudeva agreed and took his child back home. But because Kamsa had no character and no self-control, Vasudeva agreed and took his child back home. But because Kamsa had no character and no self-control, Vasudeva knew that he could not rely on Kamsa's words. So this 62 and 63 are reactions to Kamsa's behavior. Narada Muni saw that Kamsa is delaying Lord Krishna's coming. How Kamsa has become lenient. Of course, that is not his nature. So nobody will believe his word. And Vasudev knows him very well. So he didn't believe him. Of course, he took the child back home. So Narada Muni saw this. And because Narada, he has the desire to see the Lord very, very soon. He also wanted to prove that Lord Krishna's promise to come is certain, is sure. That he wants to see the bliss, the pleasure of Devaki and Vasudeva. For having the blessing to have the supreme personality of Godhead as your son. Now the Muni also, he wanted to please a demigod. He wanted to please a demigod. He wanted a demigod to be happy seeing how Kamsa is being killed by Krishna. He doesn't want the delay. He's expecting to see. He has been waiting, and he wants to see the action of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He wants to convince the devotee that the Lord is coming. Don't worry, he will come very soon. Now the Muni want to see that Lord Krishna's promise is a fact. Therefore he came to Kamsa and he spoke these words, these two verses to Kamsa. When we look at it externally, Narada Muni is instigating the killing of Devaki's children. But when you look at it the other side, Narada Muni is doing this so that Lord Krishna will come very fast, like he did to Haridas Sakura. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I came before my time just because of you. Narada Muni want to see the same thing repeat. So he came and spoke this word to Kamsa. And he used the word Bharata. Bharata referred to Kamsa means, it means differently from what we understand as Bharat, Bharat Varsa. So everybody knows that. But when Narada Muni used this word for Kamsa, he has a different thing in mind. He's telling Kamsa is a person who is absorbed in enjoying ignorance, Bharata. And he wants to help Kamsa. He wants to help Kamsa to get out of his illusion by pushing him to act in such a way that Krishna will come very fast and help him by taking his life. This is the action of Narada Muni in these two verses. And then Prabhupada is speaking in the purport. As previously discussed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu informed Lord Brahma that Lord Krishna would personally descend to mitigate the suffering on the earth. The Lord ordered all the denizens of the heavenly planet to take birth in different families of the Jadu and priestly dynasties in Vrindavan. Now, this verse informs us that all the family and friends of the Jadu dynasty, the priestly dynasty, Nanda Maharaj, and the Gopas descended from the heavenly planet to see the pastimes of the Lord. Nanda Maharaj lives in Goloka Vrindavan and also in Gurukul Vrindavan. Here, Prabhupada mentioned that he also coming from heaven, heavenly planet. So this Nanda Maharaj mentioned here, is an expansion of Nanda Maharaj and the expansion of Yashoda. In Goloka, Nanda Maharaj is there with Yashoda Mai. And he expanded as Dara and Drona. That is the expansion of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So, Drona and Dara, they live also in Vaikuntha, and they live also in the heavenly planet, and they live in Gokul Vrindavan as Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. So here, we see Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda performing austerity, observing a Ekadasi to get Krishna as their son. That is not Yashoda, that is the expansion of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. They, proper mention here, in the heavenly planet. So they descended from Goloka to Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha to heaven, from heaven to here. So they have how many? 4 expansions. Goloka, Vaikuntha, heaven, and Gokul Vrindavan. There are 4. The original Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj, the original father of Krishna, they cannot perform austerity to get Krishna as their son. But their expansion has to perform that austerity to get Krishna and their son. So Krishna asks all of them, not Krishna, Vishnu. That is Vishnu. Here Vishnu is speaking to Brahma and the demigods. All of you should go down and I will come very soon. To do what? To mitigate the sufferings of my devotees. So this is the expansion of Nanda Maharaj. So we should not be confused that Nanda Maharaj is coming from the heavenly planet. The same with Vasudeva and Devaki. In Goloka Vrindavan, Vasudeva and Devaki. In Vaikuntha, he preached Nigarbha and Sutapa. In the heavenly planet is Diti and Kashyapa. And here in Mathura is Vasudeva, Devaki. The same 4. All of them, the same 4. This is the mystery of Krishna consciousness. Now we need to use the eye of the Acharya to see. You have to use the eye of the Acharya to see all these mysteries and understand them by their own mercy. As confirmed in Bhagavad-Gita, the Lord's pastimes consist of paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya duskritam, saving the devotees and killing the demons. Both of them are the same. Killing the demons and saving devotees, the same, because it's done by an absolute personality of Godhead. The same thing. Both have benefit. To demonstrate these activities, the Lord called for devotees from different parts of the universe. There are many devotees who are elevated to the higher planetary systems. I heard that Srila Prabhupada said many devotees will go to heaven. True? So many devotees will go to heaven, not Goloka. Majority of devotees will go to heaven. Why heaven? Why not Goloka? Because Srila Prabhupada repeated, the same Prabhupada repeated many times, back home, back to Godhead, back home, back to Godhead, everywhere, back home, back to Godhead. The same person again saying, but this is my intention, to send everybody back home, back to Godhead. But some will go to heaven. Many will go to heaven. Why? Prabhupada quoted the Bhagavad-Gita 6:41. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoying on the planet the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Some devotees, you see, he said, some devotees having failed, some devotees having failed to complete the process of devotional service are promoted to a heavenly planet. Not Vaikuntha, not Goloka. Some devotees having failed. Why fail? Why? Is this the intention of Srila Prabhupada? No. This is not his intention. His intention is back home, back to Godhead. But why? Some devotees having failed to complete the process of devotional service are promoted to the heavenly planet, to which the pious are elevated. And after enjoying there, they may be directly promoted to the place where the lowest pastimes are going on. When Lord Krishna was to appear, the denizens of the heavenly planet were invited to see the pastimes of the Lord. And thus it is stated here that the members of the Janu and Vrishni dynasties and the inhabitants of Vrindavan were demigods, almost as good as demigods. Devotees having failed. Because we did not complete the process. The process going back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, heaven. For sense gratification, it is very rare for anyone to be promoted for the heavenly planet upward. It is rare. Because the facility for sense gratification does not support the practice of bhakti intensely. And the environment is not so much suitable for that, unlike the earthly planet. The earthly planet, the environment is suitable, it's most suitable. Therefore, we see that demigods are praying to Lord Krishna. If after enjoying my life in the heavenly planet, if I still have some little piety, please give me the blessing to take birth in Bharatvarsa. Because the facility is favorable. I can easily make advancement from there. Not in the aristocratic family. Taking birth in aristocratic family is punishment. Because the facility for bhakti is less than the facility for sense gratification. We have seen from experience. Children from wealthy families are almost never wonderful children. Almost never wonderful. Because sense gratification blinds the children born in the family to see the reality. But the birth in Bharatvarsa, the demigods are praying for that. Let me appear in Bharatvarsa with a little piety remain in my life. Give me the opportunity to appear in Bharatvarsa, so I can continue the process easily, because all the facilities are all available. Here you see Jamuna, Ganga, Giriraj, Vrindavan, and everything is all wonderful. All present, devotees, temples, everything is all. Tulsi Devi, They are all available. One friend asked me, of all the places you do visit, all the places you used to visit, which is your favorite? And the devotee was thinking, I'm going to call his country. I said, India. Oh, why India? Why not this country? I said, do you have Jamuna here? It may have new Taliban, it may have new Vrindavan, it may have new Navadu, new. It may have all the new, but they are new. There is a difference between new and old. There is a difference. They will look the same, but the quality is not the same. So here there is Jamuna. Do you have it? Do you have Giriraj? You don't have it. So there is difference. Those who are wise, those who are intelligent, they want to appear here and witness their pastimes of Lord Krishna directly. They want to see. Narada Muni is very interested in this. So he was pushing Kamsa. His pushing Kamsa means kill the children. Don't take the child back. Kill the child. By doing this, and that would attract Lord Krishna's attention. Krishna would descend immediately. And the devotee will be very happy to see that. So Narada Muni is a facilitator for Lord Krishna's advent. So devotee will be very happy to see that. Even those who externally help the activities of Kamsa belong to the higher planetary systems. The imprisonment and release of Vrindavan and the killing of Vasudev and the killing of various demons were all manifestations of the pastimes of the Lord. And because the devotee would be pleased to see these activities personally, devotees like Akrura is a devotee, but he stayed with Kamsa. Why? He wanted to see the Lord. So he decided to stay with Kamsa instead of going somewhere else. Akrura decided to stay. So he will see how Krishna will perform all his activities and kill Kamsa. He wanted to see it. So he stayed. Although he got contaminated, but that was his desire, to stay and witness the activities of the Lord. Personally, they were all invited to take bread as friends and relatives of these families, as confirmed in the prayers of Kunti. The Lord was to play the part of a demon killer and a friend, son and brother to his devotees, and these devotees were all summoned. Hare Krishna. Comments? Questions? Comment? Maharaj? Comment?
This chapter, very time, this question I asked about the behavior of Naradaji. Of course, as you explained, he wanted that Krishna should appear quickly, not delay, but not forward delay. For that reason, he informed Kamsa personally that all the people are demons. Sarvai Vai Devata Praya, all the associates, relatives, friends, the well-wisher of Kamsa. They are Devata, demigods. So, and by this information, such a disturbance was created, and Naradaji appears that he is responsible for whole disturbance in society, killing this. Of course, we can justify Naradaji wanted that Krishna should appear soon. He would have Naradaji I making responsible, trying to prove that now you are responsible for all this disorder. If really he was a devotee, he wanted Krishna to appear quick, he should have prayed that requested Krishna, please Krishna come. Not that our interest creating a society such a havoc and everything. Six, while we are killed, many killing, stealing happen. So, that many times this question has arisen in this chapter. How we can justify the character of Naradi? Superficially or apparently, it appears that he should have not done. He should have collected many devotee and prayer like they did. When they heard there was some disturbance, they went straightly requested, prayed, offered prayer, and Lord agreed to come. Why this process was not followed by Devarsinara, considered to be topmost devotee? This is not question. Type of question or comment, I think comment also or like observation. What is your observation of the characteristic?
Thank you. Thank you for insightful observation. It's an observation. Very simple thing. All of us, we are responsible for our activities, good or bad. Akura, he stayed with Kamsa. And by staying with Kamsa, he came to Vrindavan by the request of Kamsa to bring Krishna and Balaram. When he did that, the gopis translated his name, Akrura, to mean one who can do a terrible activity. That's the meaning of Akrura for the gopis. So he suffered for that cause. Narada Muni, did he suffer for his activities? Narada was cursed by anyone? No. So what does that mean? Someone is doing the same activities being cursed. Narada Muni also created a serious problem. But nothing happened to him. It means what? Narada Muni was acting under providence to facilitate Lord Krishna's advent. Therefore, he was not offensive to anyone, or neither did he disturb anyone by his activity. He simply increases the pleasure of the devotees, because devotees were very happy to see Narada, Krishna appearing. Even Devaki, Vasudeva, or all, Akrura, everybody was very happy, including Kamsa himself, was happy with Narada. Why? His activity was devotional and motivated by providence. Therefore, his activity is pure, transcendental, and blissful for the devotees. That's my observation. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
One thing cannot be understood. I understand that when the voice came from the sky, eighth son of them, he will kill you. So it was understood with concern that the eighth son will kill you.
Most?
The eighth son of them, he will kill you.
Yes.
Krishna will kill you. So every time we see that they are saying that they want Krishna to come soon, come soon. So his time is eighth son. So first 6 sons which he killed, Kamsa killed him, killed 6 sons. And the 7th son, Balaram, was transferred to Rohini. And the 8th, when Krishna appeared, when he appeared, he could have killed him immediately. But why he took so long?
Everything has time. Everything has time. You should know that everything has been planned, perfectly planned, and Krishna systematically followed. Of course, Sanatana Goswami said that Krishna delayed the killing of Kamsa because of the love of the gopis. Krishna forgot his activity because of the love the gopis are giving to him. That's why Krishna forgot his activity. So Akrura has to come and practically chastise Krishna. They are your devotees. Kamsa every day he raised the sword and showed to demigod and showed to Vasudeva and Devaki, I will kill you now. They are in anxiety. Don't you have mercy for them? Come! So Krishna was reminded of his duty, which he forgot, because of the love of the gopis. So you can accuse the gopis for delaying Krishna on his duty. Hare Krishna.
Krishna protect all the devotees whenever they fall down. And again we see Bhagavad-Gita 9:21 that those are demigod, the heavenly planet, they are forced to repeat birth and death. That is Bhagavad-Gita 9:21. Now in this translation, this sloka, we see that Krishna invited all demigods on the heavenly planet. So here, heavenly planet means, what should we understand specifically? Is that a higher planetary system or specific Swarga Loka? How we understand this contradiction?
This is Swarga. This is Swarga Loka. And when we hear the word demigods, you see, there are different grades here. There are different grades. Not one word, but there are different grades, different things inside. So when you say devotee, there's a different level. We already mentioned Vasudeva, Goloka descended to heaven. So how will you call him? Demigods. The word you say is demigods. Right? So the word demigod it doesn't mean only one side. Varieties. Demigod. There's demigods who are devotees and demigods who are not devotees. So the devotee, Krishna sent him here to come and witness his activity. It's an entourage. They are different. Yes, Father.
all the associated with Krishna, they came from Thailand, their relation is
Associate of Krishna, there are also two kinds. Those who came with Krishna originally from Goloka, those are different. The associate who joined with Krishna from here, they are also different, including the gopis. Those who from heavenly planet comes here, some are demigod, and some are his associate from Goloka. They also came with him. So it's a group of varieties of devotees in one place. Just like also in Krishna's incarnation, in Krishna's form, what do you see in Krishna? Just one person, Krishna. What do you see in him? Krishna in Mathura. There are two, Krishna Vasudeva and Krishna himself. There are two. In Dwarka, also is Krishna. Inside that Krishna, there is also Vasudeva. Because Krishna does not kill. Vasudeva kills. But you see, Krishna is also there. Krishna is also there. The gopis and the Yadavas, they said Krishna should not come to Vrindavan. Which one? Not Vasudeva. Vasudeva will not come here with two hands. He will come with 4 hands. When he gets to here, his 2 hands will disappear. He will enter into the Krishna with 2 hands. So the Krishna should not come here. Because if he comes, he will not go back. Which one? That is Krishna. So Krishna is in Dwarka, Krishna is in Mathura, Krishna is also here, Krishna Vasudeva, Govinda is here. And along with Vasudeva. And then all other innumerable incarnations are inside Krishna Govinda to assist him in different pastimes. That is Krishna's mysterious nature. It's associated also of the same varieties. The same varieties. But all are associated, including the gopis. The gopis who came with Krishna, when Krishna called them, nothing stopped them. They went to Krishna. The gopis who joined with Krishna from here, the husband was able to stop them. They have to give up that body and take the spiritual body to go and meet Krishna for the rest of the dance. They are also Krishna's associate. Externally, you will see one. But when you go behind, you will see what is really happening. Transcendental. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.